Imagine you could run an ad that targeted people within 10 miles of your business, or even zip codes, or countries, counties, states. Well, guess what? With Google Ads location targeting, you can do just that. Hey, how's it going? My name is Silvio Perez, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can use Google Ads location targeting to murder your local competition. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop into my computer and show you step by step over my shoulder everything it is you need to know to use Google Ads location targeting and start dominating your local market. Let's get started. Okay guys, here we are in the Google Ads interface. To get started, let's go ahead and go to the Campaigns tab and click on the campaign where you want to set your location settings for. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Tutorial. And to go to your location settings and your targeting, we're going to go ahead and go to the left-hand side and click on Locations down here under Settings. Once we click on that, now we've opened up the location targeting interface. This is where you can go ahead and set up all the locations you want to target, and not just the locations you want to target, but also the locations you want to exclude as well. So let's go ahead and click on this blue pencil and set up some targeting. Alright, here we are. So this is where we're going to set our location targeting. So there's three types of location targeting you can do. You can do specifically location targeting, which is where you know exactly the country, city, region, or postal code you want to target. Or you can do radius targeting, which basically sets up a perimeter around a certain address or location within a certain mile of people that you want to reach. And then the last one is you can set up bulk location targeting. And with bulk location targeting, you can put in tons of different zip codes or countries or cities or states and just target all of them at once. So with bulk location targeting, it gives you more speed in setting up your targeting. If you have a lot of places you want to target, bulk location targeting is really useful. So let's go ahead and walk through this. So we're going to set up location targeting first. So let's say I want to target Miami, Florida. So I search Miami, and you get all these different options of places where you can target. And I'm going to go ahead and target Miami, Florida. So now, as you can see here on the right-hand side in the map, Miami is highlighted in blue, and I'm only targeting people within this area. So only the people in Miami can see my ad with location targeting. Now let's go ahead and use the example of radius targeting. So we're going to go ahead and click on radius here. And now I'm going to search Miami again. I'm going to target Miami. But now with radius targeting, I'm only targeting people within 20 miles of Miami. So as you guys can see here, this 20 miles right here, that's what's setting up this perimeter of people who can see my ad. So anyone who isn't in this blue circle cannot see my ad. Only the people within this blue circle can actually see my ad. So this is super useful if you have a local business and you only want to reach people who are actually within driving distance of your business. So this is a way you can really get ahead and make sure you're reaching the right people. And if you want to go ahead and adjust how far this radius is around your address that you want to target, you can go ahead and click on this little pencil right here on the targeted location and just go ahead and change the mile radius of where you want to target. And you can get as specific as you want, guys, to make sure that you're really reaching the right people. So let's just go ahead and say I want to reach everyone within 5 miles. Let's get very narrow. Just hit save, and now everyone within 5 miles of Miami can see my ad. And you can get even more specific with this. Let's say we want to do a zip code. Everyone within this zip code, 33175, can see my ad, and we're going to change the radius to 10 miles. Look at that. So now only people within 10 miles of this zip code can see this ad. This is what you call effective targeting, guys. Now let's go ahead and show locations in bulk. For bulk targeting, just go ahead and click on Add Locations in Bulk. And here you can just go ahead and type in all the different areas that you want to target. So if you have a whole bunch of zip codes, like I had said earlier, you can just go ahead and copy and paste all your locations in here, and you can target them. So we'll just hit search, and then it'll pull up the different areas that you're trying to reach. And we'll just click Target All, and then boom, just like that. Now we're targeting Michigan and we're targeting Miami. Another great way of finding places where you want to target or exclude, you just go ahead and click on Show All Areas right here on the right-hand side on the map. Just turn that on, and you can click on this little drop-down arrow, and you can show all areas, or you can show postal codes. So if you want to see specific zip codes for a certain area, so where we're looking right now, let's see if we want to zoom in further and find out the zip codes. So if you just click on it, you can see this is one zip code here in Tennessee. This is another one.
And that way you can get really granular and see exactly what zip codes you want to target and get really specific. So again, you just click here on this drop down, you hit show postal code, and it'll show you all the different zip codes here in Tennessee that you can potentially target or exclude depending on your goals. Another thing too is you can do by county, and it'll show you the counties as well if you want to go a little bit broader. Same thing by city, it'll show you the different cities. And then of course you can also do congressional district, which is pretty insane. So you have a lot of options here with targeting on how you want to go about targeting for your business. And this little map feature here is a great way of finding zip codes and cities and things like that maybe you don't really know and you want to find out what they are. Especially the zip code feature, I found it really useful. Now, let's say if in the case you want to exclude locations, all right? So the same way you target the locations is the same way you exclude them. So to go ahead and exclude locations, just click the excluded tab right here next to targeted. And now we're in the excluded tab, and just click on that blue pencil. And now go ahead and type the locations that you want to exclude. So let's say we want to exclude Orlando, Florida. So I'm going to go ahead and click exclude. And now Orlando is excluded. But let's say I want to get a little bit more specific. I don't want to just exclude all of Orlando. I want to exclude a specific piece of it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on show all areas here on the map. And I'm going to have it set by zip code. And then I can go ahead and look here in Orlando. And let's say I want to only exclude 32809. So now I have that set. I'm going to go ahead and remove Orlando here. And now only this piece of Orlando, this zip code, is getting excluded. And you just go ahead and hit save. And now as you can see, only this piece is excluded in Orlando. Okay, now that we have our targeted location set up and our excluded location set up, let's go ahead and make sure we have the correct location settings on so that way the right people see our ad. So to find our location settings, just go ahead and look at the settings right here above locations and click on that. And now we're here in the campaign settings and just kind of scroll down here to where it says locations. And here it's going to show you the areas which you're targeting and the areas which you're excluding. So we're targeting Miami, Florida, we're targeting Michigan, and we're excluding that zip code in Orlando, the 32809. Now to go ahead and make sure that our settings are set up correctly, go ahead and click on locations options down here. And now here, this is super important. You want to make sure you always have the correct location options set up. That way your ads are actually reaching the right people. So there's 3 different types of location settings you can set up. The first one is people in or who show interest in your targeted locations. Now this is a great example of targeting that you would want if let's say you were a hotel. So with this type of setting, you're going to reach people that are not only physically located, let's say in Miami and Michigan in this example, but you're also going to reach people who are showing interest and who are searching for Miami and Michigan. So if you're a hotel and you offer rooms to people in Miami or Michigan, you want to make sure you're reaching people who are physically located in the area. But you might also want to reach people who are vacationing and they're searching for Miami and Michigan hotels from abroad, so this would be a great option for you. Now, let's say you're a local business and you only service customers within your area, so you only want to reach people who are physically located within your targeted location, then this second option is for you, people in your targeted location. So if you're a local business or you do business within your area and you only want to reach people within your area, make sure you only have people in your targeted locations set up. And now the last option is people searching for your targeted locations. So this is only reaching people who are not physically located in your locations that you're targeting, but that are far away, they're abroad, and they're searching and they show interest. So if I live in Texas and I'm searching for Miami, then I will see an ad that's Miami related because I have this set up. Now, the same way you can set up your targeting settings, you can do your excluded location settings as well. So if you want to exclude people that are in or show interest in your excluded locations, you just go ahead and click that. And if you only want to exclude people that are physically located in your excluded locations, then you would click the second option. Most of the times you're going to have the first one set up, and if you're a local business, you'll have the people in your targeted locations. Now that we have everything just right, we have our settings correct, we have our targeting correct, we have our exclusions correct, let's go ahead and see how we can improve upon what we're doing. So make sure you save your settings on your location settings, and now go ahead and go back into that locations tab. And now what we can do is, once our campaigns are running, we get data, what's going to happen is in this tab we'll see how we're performing per location we're targeting. So we'll see the clicks, the impressions, how many conversions, and so forth. So for example, let's say Michigan is doing amazing. It's doing great. We're getting tons of leads, and we really want to make sure that we spend more on Michigan because we can afford it and we can become more competitive. So that's what these things called bid adjustments are for, where you can allow yourself to spend more on certain locations. So just go ahead and mouse over the location you want to set a bid adjustment for, click on that pencil, and then you can set the percentage increase on how much more you'd like to bid for that location. So let's say we want to bid 20% more, and we hit save. So now our bid is set 20% higher for Michigan, so that way we can be more competitive in that area and reach more people. Now, another great way of looking at your data and seeing how your locations are performing is using the Geographic Report. The Geographic Report is located right here next to the Excluded tab, and just go ahead and click on Geographic Report. And this shows you all the locations that triggered your ads. So as data comes in, you can actually get very granular and see exactly how your locations are performing. And this gives you another way of looking at it. So maybe you see a certain zip code is working really well, and you can go ahead and set a bid adjustment at the zip code level. Another one is the user location report, and this shows you where all the customers were when they actually saw your ad. And this just gives you another way of looking at the data of your location targeting, so you can go ahead and make the best decision. And now the last one is the per store report. And with this report, if you have your Google My Business listing set up correctly and you integrate it with your AdWords account, this can show you how people are interacting with your listing and visiting your store. So this gives you another way of looking at the effectiveness of your location targeting. Okay guys, now you know everything it is you need to know about location targeting, so you can start implementing this in your Google Ads campaigns right away so you can start dominating your local markets. Now, I wanted to go ahead and give you guys 2 additional tips just to make sure you're really maximizing the most you can with these location-based campaigns. So the first tip I have for you is to use location-related keywords. So for example, if you're a DJ service company in Miami, use keywords like Miami DJ services. Same thing if you're a personal trainer, Miami personal trainer, or maybe you're a roofing company, Miami roofing company. Making sure you use those geo-related, location-related keywords really helps give you an edge when bidding in these location-based campaigns. Okay, the second tip I have for you is to use location-related ads. So here's an example of an ad for Miami personal trainers. So if I'm searching for a personal trainer in Miami, use the word Miami in your ads. It makes it that much more relevant for me as a person in Miami looking for a personal trainer. So here's an example of an ad. It says best Miami personal trainers. So using that geo-related keyword in your ad is huge. So use it in your headlines and use it in your description lines as well. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you got some value from this. If you did, please go ahead and leave a comment down below. Tell me what you enjoyed. Tell me if I didn't explain something well enough and how can I improve it. And if you did get value, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe, and stay tuned for future content. Take care.